Good morning, everyone, and thank you for joining the California Department of Veterans Affairs for College of San Mateo's Veterans Readiness and Employment Virtual Workshop. Before we begin, as a disclaimer, we'd like to bring to your attention that this webinar is being recorded, and by logging in, you are agreeing to be a part of our recording. These recordings will be available online on our YouTube channel. Just Google CalVet on that YouTube channel, and you'll find all of our different webinars that we've done over the last 3 years, and they're separated in our pathways. My name is Jennifer Redquist, and I'm proud to say I'm a CalTAP training coordinator for the California Department of Veterans Affairs. In addition, I'm a veteran myself. I am the mother to 3 active duty airmen, and I was a military brat growing up. Saying that, I can clearly say without a shadow of a doubt that I understand the hardships that you guys have all had to endure. And I want you to know that CalVet and all the presenters here are passionate about getting services and resources to you. So please reach out to us. We want to say thank you. Uniformed or not, we understand you guys all have served, and we want to say thank you very much for everything that you've done for the armed forces. So just a little housekeeping before we begin. I'm excited you joined today's presentation because it's packed with great information and resources that I know is going to make a huge impact on your lives. Today's presenting information on veterans readiness employment. We are joined by April from VR&E's Oakland division. She has extensive knowledge of the program. There she is. And she's prepared to answer all kinds of questions for you also. Really great stuff. She's going to cover a lot of information. Additionally, we are joined by Derek. Derek Rose is another CalTAP training coordinator, and he is here listed as Derek Rose CalTAP. And he will be putting lots of resources in the chat, but additionally, he's going to be filtering and going through all the Q&A stuff, and he can send those over to April. And at the end of the presentation, we can go over some of those questions that you have in there. Now, if you have specific questions about your situation, it is highly recommended that you take that offline and you reach out to a VR&E rep separately. All right, let's get started. CalTAP. So let's get started with the CalTAP overview. It's meant to give you a snapshot of the benefits and resources available to you. Our goal is just to get your feet wet, tell you where to go for those benefits, what those benefits are, and who is there to help you. So what is CalTAP? You've heard me say that quite a few times. CalTAP stands for the California Transitions Assistance Program. It was designed to inform and connect veterans of all eras of their earned federal and state benefits, as well as providing continuing support as your needs change over time. So we like to say that verbatim because your needs are changing day by day, week by week, month by month. The things that you need today, you probably won't need tomorrow, and the same thing goes the other way around. So we want to be there for you 24/7, not just today. We want to be there throughout your lives, cradle to grave. CalVet and CalTAP is here for you. Now, we like to do a really great way we do this is we have a online learning portal that has 5 different pathways: core curriculum, education, employment, entrepreneurship, and service providers. Now, service providers is a pretty cool pathway. It is specifically for those that work with veterans and their families. It's basically a culture competency type pathway. It just tells those providers what you guys need and what you guys, challenges that you guys face and how they can best help you. So this is our veterans resource book. It is like gold, everybody. I'm going to show you a place how to download it, but also Derek's going to put that in the chat for you too, for you to download that resource book. It is like gold. You don't know what you don't know. You don't know what questions to ask because you don't know what's out there. This book is going to give you a nice, great place to start asking those questions and researching the different types of programs that are out there and resources and benefits. So this is our CalVet website. It is fantastic and is loaded with so much information. I always joke and say that do not be afraid of rabbit holes because those rabbit holes lead to carrots. Carrots is benefits. Benefits is money in your family's pockets. Everything is a click away. If you click on the top where it says CalVet, that'll just bring you to the homepage very quickly. So if you get lost, you can go back to that homepage easily by clicking CalVet at the top right hand there. Now, if you go down that main page, you can also see where it says Veterans Resource Book. So you can download the resource book at any time at all. If you go up just We have that circle, CalTAP circle in red, but if you go down a little bit, it says find local CVSO. CVSO stands for County Veteran Service Office. These are offices throughout the state in your counties that can help you apply for these benefits and tell you about benefits and resources. They're just the one-stop shop for you guys. Talk about federal and state benefits there and the local benefits. Let's go there to that circled in red at the CalTAP. You're just going to click on CalTAP and it's going to bring you to all our different pathways. Each pathway has modules and lessons. Those lessons are really cool because they have the links to the documents that you're going to need to sign up for your benefits or any type of resources you're going to need for those benefits. Really cool stuff. We're going to start with core curriculum because it's a nice basic place to start. So you can see right here, those modules I was telling you about, it's split up into different types of subjects, and you click into that subject you're looking for, like healthcare or claims and comp or protecting your benefits. We even have one on financial literacy. It's incredible. We're going to go to basic California specific benefits, module 5. So what are those benefits? The first one here, we have the college tuition fee waiver. This is going to waive the tuition and the tuition at any state funded school for dependents of veterans that have a 0% rating to 100% rating. This is a fantastic program that we have a few different plans within the program that you may fit into or your child may fit into. There's no age requirement in Plan B, and there is no requirement for income in Plan A. Plan A is open to spouses and children that of veterans that are 100% rated. The next great thing here, we have veterans designation for your driver's license. You can have the word veteran put on your driver's license. This is cool because you no longer have to carry around that DD form 214 to prove that you're a veteran. You have it right there on your license. You no longer have to worry about losing that, and you no longer have to worry about your private information being leaked and having identity theft. The next thing is motor vehicle registration fee waiver. This is great. It's going to waive the registration fees of one of your vehicle. If you are a veteran that is 100% rated and you have a disability that interferes with your mobility, to get started with that, you can go to the County Veteran Service Office and then you get all the paperwork, and then you'll go to DMV to apply for that. And it automatically renews. The next few things here are the fishing and hunting license and no cost of state park pass. Both of those things apply to veterans with a 50% rating, and you can apply for those online. Derek's going to put these websites online, but the first one is at wildlife.ca.gov for the license for the fishing license and hunting license. The next one is parks.ca.gov for your parks pass to apply for that. The next thing is a property tax exemption for disabled veterans. If you are 100% rated, you can get $150,000 of your property taxes exempt. That means if your home is worth $500,000, you're only going to be assessed at $350,000. It's about $1,700 in saving, and it's fantastic. You're going to go to your county assessor's office to apply for this. That's where you pay your property taxes, and it'll automatically renew every single year. Business license, tax, and fee exemptions. When you go to do your business, whoever you're dealing with to do fees and licenses, ask them if there's a discount or an exemption for fees for veterans, disabled veterans, whatever it may be, and bring that proof from your VA letter maybe, or your license with veteran on that. Here's the different divisions within CalVet. The first one is Veterans Services. That's our outreach division. Derek and myself are part of that division with CalTAP, but also the links are also part of the outreach division also. There's a home loans division. They originate, process, close, and for the life of the loan, CalVet is going to service your loans. We are not commission based at all. We just want to get California veterans into homes. And if CalVet is not a great fit, we are going to tell you. Fantastic program. Women's division and the minorities and underrepresented veterans division, those are information advocacy for those specific demographics. The women's division has all sorts of really great events out there specifically for women veterans. A lot of great news out there for them too. They have webinars also. And minority and underrepresented veterans do the same thing for their population. They also can offer assistance with citizenship and naturalization services. Really great stuff. We highly recommend that you go on the main page of CalVet At the top where it says CalVet programs, it's a drop-down menu, and you'll see all of our divisions there. Click on the women's division, click on the minority and underrepresented division, and then register for their roster if it applies to you or you know somebody if it applies to. Homes for long-term care, these are fantastic. There's a long care home facilities that are serviced through CalVet. They're fantastic, and the best thing about it is they're based on your income and level of care. So no one's going to go bankrupt, making sure their loved ones get taken well care of and live out their lives with their comrades. We have 3 cemeteries in the state of California that are serviced by CalVet also. To find out about those, you'll just go onto our website. You can go in the search bar and just put in their cemeteries. It'll pop up with the state cemeteries and the federal cemeteries also, and the benefits. So I went through a lot of information really quickly. I'm really sorry about that because we got to get the meat and potatoes of this, but we want to provide you continuing support. A great way to do that is you can send your email to CalTAP at calvet.ca.gov. We can sign you up for the monthly newsletter. You will not be spammed whatsoever. It's just one email once a month. You can register for My CalVet. You can add us on our social medias, attend webinars, and then right there on the bottom there, that is our survey QR code. You could take your phones. If you have an iPhone, that's really great. You could take a picture of it and just do it later, but take a picture of that. And then you can click on it later and fill out the survey. The survey is not giving kudos to anybody at all. The survey is specifically so that we can get feedback from you. We want our webinars, our workshops to be beneficial to you. So let us know if there's stuff that we're not doing. Let us know if there's stuff that we're doing great. We implement changes daily based on these type of surveys. So please fill them out. And right there also, the QR code for that YouTube channel is right there too. So please sign up for that. Subscribe to it. That way you know when new webinars come out. There's ones on PACT Act, employment, all sorts of great stuff. Here is that find your local CVSO. Here's how you sign up on our website. And this is that newsletter I was telling you about that's once a month that you'll get. You have a monthly message on there, upcoming webinars on there, and then different changes that are happening throughout the state, different news that is happening throughout the state specifically for veterans and their families. This is a VA website right here. It is a hub for a lot of different benefits. If you don't know where to go, you can start here and you can check out here the different, your claims or education, your records, healthcare, all sorts of different things. This is my information here. You can give me an email at any time. I'll get back with you. We can go over step by step any of the benefits we discussed. And thank you so much. And now I'm going to hand the floor over to April. April is our Veterans Readiness and Employment presenter from the Oakland division.
Hello, and thank you, Jennifer. Hi, everybody. Glad you could make it today. I'm going to cover veteran readiness and employment. Who has the screen? Can we get the next one? Or do I get to do it? There we go. Oakland VR&E division. Before I read any of this, I'm just going to let you know one thing, and that is that veteran readiness and employment is an employment program. Chapter 33, which is your 9/11 benefits, is an education program. That's where, hey, if you want to go to school and be an actor, actress, whatever, that's very clear. It's they'll put you to school to do that. On our end, we're really just going for work. And of course, there's a process to qualify for that. So Oakland VR&E division, the Oakland VR&E division is currently serving more than, actually it's 5,300 veterans with professional staff that consist of 38 VRCs, 2 employment coordinators, support staff, VR&E in Oakland, AVRO in Sacramento, and 1 SVRC in Fresno. Following list of locations. So there's Oakland, and then our satellites are Sacramento, Fresno, Monterey. I don't know if there's somebody still in Monterey, Stockton, and Travis Air Force Base, where we have the IDES person. Next screen, please. So VR&E program intent is to provide services to assist veterans and service members with service-connected disabilities to succeed in transition through services to support transition back to civilian life, at work through services resulting in suitable employment, on campus through services to support them during education and training. That's the VSOC. That's the other position that I have. It's Veteran Success on Campus, and I am located in American River College in Sacramento. Oops, sorry. That's okay. At home in their communities through services to maximize independence and daily living. We'll talk more about that on the further slides. Next one. VR&E eligibility criteria. The eligibility criteria is very important. You have to have honorable or other than dishonorable discharge, a VA service-connected rating disability of 10% or more, or a memorandum of 20% or more. That is for the IDES. That's for the people who are getting out of the military and already have, it's already been established that they're coming out with a disability. You have to apply for veteran readiness and employment. You would do that on that same screen. It's the va.gov. Where you go to find everything else. Active duty service members expect to receive an honorable discharge, obtain a VA memorandum rating of 20% or more, obtain a proposed disability evaluation service DES rating. Service members awaiting discharge due to medical condition resulting from a serious injury or illness that occurred in the line of duty may be automatically entitled to VR&E benefits under the National Defense Authorization Act, that's NDAA, of 2008. Apply for veteran readiness and employment benefits, that same va.gov website. Next screen, please. VR&E basic benefit information, a maximum of 48 months of entitlement may be utilized within 12 years from the date of the initial VA disability rating notification. The 12-year period begins on the latter of these dates. Note, effective January 5th, 2021, the 12-year eligibility period does not apply to claimants who were discharged or released from active duty services on or after January 1st, 2013, date of separation from active duty, or date when the veteran was first notified of a service-connected disability rating. So those two are kind of important, right? After you got out, if you got out prior to 2013, or if you got out after the date when you received your disability rating. Exception for veterans with serious employment handicaps. That's a whole nother story, but we'll go on to the next slide and I'll get to that later. Thank you. The VR&E process, so application, you'll apply, and then so it used to be that we could get back to you rather quickly, but unfortunately, California, Texas, and New York, we all have long lines for people to get into VR&E. So it does take a little longer than it would if you went to Des Moines, Iowa. So the applicant process, after we received your application, your eligibility has to be established. Then we schedule the veteran for initial counseling. That takes a little while. The first thing that we do is we schedule the orientation, where we go over similar to what I'm covering today, and then some more other things that you might need to know. And then there's some paperwork that needs to be filled out that can hold you up as well. So the sooner you get those in, the sooner you get the opportunity to meet with a counselor. Right now, we're looking at least 2 months. So if you apply today, it may be 2 months out before you actually see a counselor. VRC meets with the veteran, conduct VR&E orientation to include the 5 tracks video, individual path to employment, conduct vocational evaluation to assess skills, abilities, and interests, determine employment handicap, entitlement criteria, and serious employment handicap, determine feasibility for employment. The evaluation and planning work. So after you are seen by a counselor, the counselor determines whether or not you are entitled to the program. Eligibility is 10%. Entitlement is a whole nother bag of worms. So entitlement is determined between you and the counselor. So you'll work with a veteran to identify track, establish vocational or independent living goal, define services needed, develop written plan of services. Then reemployment, rapid access to employment, self-employment, employment through long-term services, or independent living. Independent living is when we offer someone services to make life a little easier for them if they can't leave the house, or if there is a severe disability connected to that person and working is not an option. So employment services, ongoing case management, max of 18 months. Provide employment services, Veterans Employment Center, VEC, interview skills, job placement assistance, and referral to the DVOP or the DOL, the Department of Labor. Rehabilitated, held suitable employment, or improved the ability to live independently. That's what independent living services are. So again, Voc Rehab is not an education program. You may be required some education to get where you need to be, but the reality is that we are an employment program. Next slide. The 5 tracks to employment, reemployment, return to work previously held. That's actually, I believe, a law where if you worked before and you were called up, or for whatever reason you needed to leave to attend some military work, you're protected to get your job back. So we would just contact your previous employer and help you in getting back to work. Rapid access to employment and obtain employment quickly as possible. What we do here is we have 2 employment coordinators, and we also work with the EDD. So we put you together with them. We help you get resume writing, things of that nature, and help you get back to working. And our employment coordinators are absolutely amazing. They know who's hiring and when, and they get all the perks of knowing, when the next job is coming up. So working with them is pretty amazing. Employment through long-term services, the majority of veterans pursue. So if you need some education, maybe you don't have any, then your counselor can work with you to get, some education under your belt so that you can go to work in a job that doesn't exacerbate any service-connected disabilities. Independent living services, that's another evaluation. So you're asked questions, can you do some things on your own? So a veteran who cannot pursue vocational goal but need assistance with daily living and independence. Self-employment claimants who have the necessary job skills to start a business, and for those who are limited access to traditional employment. So this is really for those that are severely disabled. Self-employment is a rough one for us because we don't offer any money. That's through small business. You would go through them, the small business bureau or department. You would go through them to get loans. We would just case manage. So we would just make sure that, if there was anything that you needed without money assistance, that we could, help you with there. So that one is a tough road. The self-employment is usually reserved for those who are severely disabled. And so there isn't much we can do in the ways of, like, I think people in the past have said you can loan us money, and that's not the case. So most difficult track for veterans. Next slide, please. VR&E benefits in the GI Bill. Is the VR&E program the same as the GI Bill? No. GI Bill is an education program, and that's your Chapter 33, the 9/11 education program. The purpose of VR&E program is to help veterans with service-connected disabilities and barriers to employment become suitably employed. So a good example of that is, and I can give you this example. Let's say somebody had a disability while they were in the military, they hurt their back or hurt their knees. And then when they came out, they were working like in construction. So one of our goals would be to get the person working in more of a sedentary position so that they weren't exacerbating those service-connected disabilities further. So usually if I have somebody who comes to me and has injuries to knees, injuries to back, and they want to be a nurse, well, the answer is no, because we know that nurses got to move around a lot. And it's pretty rare that we find in the job description for a nurse for them to just be sedentary unless you've been in the position for many years. So that kind of does answer, I think, some questions about what's required. 4 of the 5 VR&E tracks of services are geared specifically towards employment. So the E in VR&E stands for the program's mission to assist veterans and service members with obtaining suitable employment. So I get a lot of questions about, well, I'm finishing up a degree with Chapter 33, can VR&E just pay the rest? First of all, you have to go through the process. You have to meet with a counselor. And again, we're not an education program, so we're not here to just help you finish an education. That's for Chapter 33 to do. For us, it's about getting you working. So if you're not interested in finding employment, probably this isn't the one for you. Next slide, please. So VR&E and employment focus, the VR&E program provides employment services in 4 of the 5 rehabilitation tracks. Personalized employment services may include work readiness preparation, resume development and job seeking skills, employment resources development, job accommodations, job placement assistance, post-employment follow-up, evaluation of your abilities, aptitudes, and interests. We kind of try to find something that you want to do, because we know statistically, if a person finds something they want to do versus something they have to do, usually they find more interest in it. And so we try to coordinate those together. Abilities. If you're not good at math, you probably don't want to be an astronaut, just saying. Career counseling and rehabilitation planning, that's really what we are about. You know, just helping you kind of find your way. What is it that you want to do now that you're out of the military and your new normal might be a little bit different. Next slide, please. Other employment services may include referrals to other employment resources, the Veterans Employment Center, that's the VEC, online tools that connects veterans and employers, access through the va.gov, Department of Labor, employment assistance, Disabled Veterans Outreach Program Specialist, the DVOP, and the local Veterans Employment Representative, the LEVER. They're people who can help you from the EDD, and we can give you a referral to them. Next slide, please. Chapter 18 and 35 benefits, how VR&E assists eligible dependents. Chapter 18 benefits, VR&E provides services to eligible dependents born with spina bifida and other congenital disabilities with the goal of suitable employment. VR&E provides training and other rehabilitative services. Chapter 35, dependents, educational assistance, educational benefit provided to eligible dependents of veterans who have either died, been involuntarily detained, or determined to have a permanent and total service-connected disability. I can offer you the phone number. I can have Derek put it in the chat. It's for education. That phone number is the 1-888-442-4551. And they can go over any sort of Chapter 35 benefits for you. They're kind of the people who know what's going on in that situation. Next screen. Don't worry, I'll give you the number again at the end. Chapter 36, educational and career vocational counseling services. It's supposed to be 6 months before you get out or 18 months after you're out. VR&E assisting service members, veterans, and eligible dependents. So we know that sometimes when you go to get out, you don't get to talk to anyone who knows what the heck is going on. That's why I think, thanks, Derek. I think CalVet is so wonderful, is because you actually have a place to go. But so if for Chapter 36, if you have anyone who's getting out of the military, you can just send them our way and we'll take care of them from there. Vet Success on Campus, again, that's me. I'm here at American River College. I'm here Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. And the other 2 days I actually get to work from home if I want. Sometimes I just go to the other office, which is in Prospect Park. It's in Rancho Cordova. So, and I can give you my phone number and all my information if we haven't done so yet. We'll save that and I'll give it to you at the end. So VR&E assisting service members, student veterans, and eligible dependents. That's what our office does here, and they do a phenomenal job. This is a wonderful place. We actually have a lab. You can come and hang out and do homework if you like. The Integrated Disability Evaluation System is our IDES counselor. Her name's Mary Jane. She is actually located at Travis Air Force Base. And so she helps people as they're coming out of the military with injuries to have them use some of their benefit if it's possible. So next screen. How VR&E assists service members, veterans, and eligible dependents. Educational and career vocational counseling services, a great opportunity for veterans and service members to get personalized counseling and support to help guide their career paths, ensure most effective use of their VA benefits, and achieve their goals. One of the things I think is the hardest, some people already know, like when you're a child, you go, I want to be a doctor, I want to be a nurse or a fire person. Some people already know their path, they go that path. Others of us have to start checking off things on the list. So it's good to talk to other people to just see what's out there, what's going on, what do I want to do, what would I be passionate about? I always tell people to try and save those. If you want to be a singer like the next American Idol, go on that show. Or if you want to be a model, go to New York. That's where those people hang out. Or if you want to be an actress or actor, that's in Los Angeles. But to kind of concentrate more on, realistically, what am I going to do to get an income? And that's kind of what we would like to focus on, is a stable income, right? Some things are not stable in this life. I know it's hard to be a real estate agent sometimes because it's up and down for them. It's not always like a solid income, right? Like every paycheck is the same. So unless you're really good at saving and holding off until you sell your next house. So that's what I tell people to look at in the beginning. Let's look at something that's going to pay those bills, get your food and all of that in. And then if, you can always have the other stuff as a hobby. My uncle still plays the guitar. Who may apply? Transitioning service members who are within 6 months prior to discharge from active duty, veterans with one year following discharge from active duty, any service member, veteran currently eligible for VA benefit, education benefit, and all current VA education beneficiaries. I say, if you were in the military and you served, come see me, we'll talk. It's not always easy planning out your life, right? It's just not. And I don't care how old you are, it really just has to do with getting you doing something. I know a lot of people don't want to stay at home and do nothing. So come see me, we'll talk about it. So how about the next screen, please? So online at the www.va.gov, veteran readiness, so applying for services. Again, I apologize. We're fully aware of the fact that we are behind. We did try some other things that just didn't help. So right now we're in the process of trying to we've been hiring crazy, like trying to get people in. They're trying to make it a more like seamless situation, but it does take a little while to finally get to see your counselor. And for that, we apologize, and we're fully aware of the fact that it does take a little bit longer. But if you can get your paperwork in, that's half the battle. So awesome. We also do have a mail or deliver your application to the nearest VA regional office. We have 56 regional offices around the US. Our address in particular, or you can send it to Veteran Readiness and Employment Intake Center, PO Box 5210 in Janesville, Wisconsin, 535475210. That's snail mail, could take a lot longer, but if you just submit it online, you're good to go. Unless you want to mail it, it's up to you. Next screen, please. All right. Thank you so much for listening to me talk today. I really appreciate it. I absolutely think Calvet is amazing, so I love working with them. If there's anything I can answer specifically, that'd be great. The other thing is I will definitely provide my information. There I am right there. So you can go ahead, and the 1-800 number is for education. And that's really a good number to know. If you have any questions about Chapter 33, you can always call them. But the phone number you have is for me, and that's my email address. You can email me questions. Like if you have something specific that you want to ask, more specific about your situation, I would go that route, only because we try to treat you all like snowflakes. We don't want to treat everyone just blanketed. Everyone gets the same thing, because it's the difference in equality versus equity, right? It's what you need, not necessarily what is just provided. So we want to make sure that the people who need certain things get certain things. And so that's kind of what it's more looked at that way. Okay, so any questions?
So it looks like we do have some questions. I'm going to hand the floor over to Derek Rose, who's been monitoring all those. Give me 1 second.
Sure.
Hi, April. Thank you so much for all the info. I'm just seeing one question at the moment. It is in the Q&A tab, so perhaps you could maybe view that as well. But the question is, service connected at 60% already is employed, but is having some issues just kind of learning the skill set and the necessary skills of the job. And if there's any type of risk of termination, are VR&E services provided while still employed is essentially the question.
Yes, absolutely. Yes. Even if it's like, you know, the majority of it is service connected, and say you just have some other disabilities that you have also, we take into consideration first the service connected disabilities. But yes, yeah, I would say absolutely, please apply.
Great. That's new information for us to learn here as well. So great. That's a great question, and glad there's a positive answer to that. So at this moment, I do not see any more specific questions that have come in. So perhaps we can move forward with our upcoming webinar slide. And I think, Jen, I can pass it back over to you if you want to wrap after that. Great. Thank you all.
So here is a list of our upcoming workshops. There is also more on our Eventbrite page, just like how you sign up for this one. So just check them all out. One on PACT Act, home loans, employment resume writing. That's always a great skill. Veterans resiliency and work-life balance. That's a very, very great one too to come up. Please go on to the Eventbrite to sign up for those. The next thing we have here is that survey. Once again, we want to bring that to your attention. See if you guys could fill out that survey for us so that we can improve our webinars and our workshops for you guys. And so if you have an Apple, you can just take a picture of that and hold on to the QR code. It'll pop up with it. If you do not, then I'm giving you a second over here to do it that way, or Derek can put it in the chat. All right. And then here is our social medias. We want to bring that to your attention again, especially that YouTube channel. There, we have done so many recorded webinars and workshops for the last 3 years on everything and anything that you can think of. If it's not there, let us know. We will put something together and find those subject matter experts to get those resources to you. So please go onto our YouTube channel and subscribe to that. We have the Instagram page, and we also have a Facebook page. So those are really cool because you can get updates about what webinars are coming up to, or different events within the state. That 800 number is the main line. Derek, myself, all of the other analysts, the other coordinators all answer that phone, in addition to the links. They all answer the phone. So we are all very passionate about helping you out. So people do answer that phone. You're not going to be on hold for 2 hours or anything like that. So call that number if you want to learn more about benefits. There's the CalTAP email inbox. You can also email your questions there. And our website, again, really cool stuff. So I'm going to go back to our contact slide so you can April's information again. Also, I want to point out to everyone at the bottom. That's the 988 number. That's the Veterans Crisis Line if you press 1. But 988 also is crisis for anyone. It doesn't matter, service members or not. Please call it. I hope that it's just as synonymous as 911. And if somebody's in trouble, you know exactly where to call. If you are in trouble, you know exactly where to call to get support. Again, that's 988. Press 1 if you're a veteran. You can also text that too. Really great stuff there. I think that about wraps it up. I don't think we've gotten any more questions since, and I want to say thank you so much to April for all the information that you presented us today. VR&E is such a big, huge program, and there's so many intricacies in it. So it's so great to have somebody like an expert like you on here as a resource. So thank you. I really do appreciate your time. And also thank you to all of you service members out there, veterans, families. Thank you so much for what you guys do. Thank you for being with us. And please, the information that we shared with you today, share it with other people. Let other people know about us. All right, with that, I'm going to close this out and say have a fantastic rest of your week. Bye-bye, everyone.